Yeah, John here. We're at the Tahoe trailhead of the Rubicon Trail. Just got done running in from Tahoe to almost observation. We're going to do a walkthrough update on the Wrangler JL from this last year. Stay tuned and go wheel. So we put in an upgraded front axle, the Spicer UD44, and after we did that, we added these Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MTs, 37s. You can see that the Spicer UD44 has a lot more clearance. Also added some Reid racing knuckles at the same time. Did this Next Venture Motorsports front bumper, which is pretty sweet. And then also added the Metalcloak tube fenders as well. And I think since the last update, I'm pretty sure I put in these AEV coils and shocks to try to get it to drive better on the freeway. And then after that, what else? I think that's an Ironman. What is that? What bumper is that? I think it's Ironman 4x4. Rear bumper. Yeah, it is. I don't know. I bought that on sale last year. Using one of the old spare rims instead of one of the Method bead grips, but got the Method bead grips on clearance on their website for like $200 each. They only had 4. And then did these LOD rock sliders. They're the only rock sliders that bolt to the frame. And I mean, the only ones I could find on sale at the time, at least. And they're the only ones that like 120 wall. Yeah, we got, I think the control arm drop brackets were on there last time, and I'm pretty sure that belly skid was on there last time. That's the quadratic aluminum one. And yeah, what else we got going on that's new? Let me look through. Oh yeah, we did the Metalcloak fender skins too. I wasn't gonna do those, and I'm really glad I did. So in the front, you could see that the tires get into them a lot. If they weren't there, I'd probably be destroying stuff on the inside and getting a lot more mud in there as well. That's some of the major updates. When we put the new front axle in, we also re-geared to 488. The Spicer UD comes with chromoly shafts. It gets rid of the FAD axle disconnect. And what else? Oh, we re-geared the rear axle to 488s and put in like the Spicer chromos. I guess you can't see the caps or whatever because the rim caps are on. But yeah, so we got chromos front and rear now, 488s, 37s, a lot more clearance. I did a whole video on why I did the Spicer UD44, so you can just watch that video if you're curious on all the reasons for that guy. Good time today. I'd never caught up to the work party that I was supposed to be going to. I hit the trail late and then also took forever to drive in. If I was gonna change anything, the one thing I noticed on the last 3 Rubicon runs is when the front tires get bound up, I can't turn at all. And I'm not talking about fully bound up, I'm just talking about a little bit buried. And on my other Jeep, I have hydro assist steering, so it's amazing. The problem with these are, the PSC hydro assist is like $3,600. And it's like an 18-hour install, and you got to tear apart the whole front of the vehicle and replace the electric pump with the mechanical pump. So I'm thinking about I'm considering the redneck Ram. I watched one of the old Light Bright videos on it. I've read a lot of forum posts on it, and it's tempting because you don't have to replace everything. You just send in your box, they tap it, send you a Ram. It would be cheaper and it'd be a lot less labor, and I could just do it myself real quick. All my Cherokees that I've done hydro assist on, that's all we've ever done. Just do a box that's tapped. I have a PSC big bore box on my Cherokee with the PSC Ram. So I don't know. Oh, I also replaced the, looking at it right now, the steering box brace from Synergy. So new brace and new bushing bearing. Oh, and I also put on a WFO track bar and a WFO a WFO drag link, and then WFO track bar, and slapped on a new steering stabilizer as well. So it does steer and handle really good. Of course, I'm going to find out on the way home if it still steers good. Definitely, you know, the last couple Rubicon runs, it seemed like it drove home really good. So I'm hoping it stays that way. You know, other than the hydro assist though, I don't have much else that I want to do to this. I mean, just do some fluid changes. It's got close to 45,000 miles, so I might do the spark plugs. I mean, that's like regular maintenance though. That's not a modification. I think it wheels great the way it is. The only other thing I would do is maybe lift the rear a little more. I did put on the Metalcloak rear shock mount relocation brackets recently. I took it out on Sourgrass Trail, and the rear passenger lower shock mount was getting hung up on the water crossing waterfall, and it drove me nuts. So when I came home from that trip, I literally ordered like that night the shock mount relocations, and it's hard to see, but you basically cut off a couple inches off the bottom, and then you kind of bolt in. I welded on the new mounts. The problem is I lost a lot of up travel, not down travel. But to gain some of that up travel back, I might put in like a 3/4 or 1.5 inch spacer in the rear to get the rear up a little more and to get that shock travel back up. It is bump stopped in the rear with the Rubicon Express bump stops. But yeah, I think that's all the updates. So yeah, thanks for following along this week. Not sure if this is going to come out before or after the little Tahoe to almost observation run that I did today. Just a day run for a work party that I missed. Got here too late and never caught up to the work party. And it took me way too long to almost get to observation. And I decided to turn around and head out because I figured at the rate I was driving, I would probably never, I'm going to get out super late tonight. And, you know, still kind of dealing with the migraines sometimes. And I didn't really want to get stuck out in the Rubicon after dark in the freezing cold with the severe migraine. So cut my losses and just got out while I could. I did take the roof rack off too. Like, I noticed on Sourgrass how top heavy it was, and it was definitely annoying and kind of sketchy. So took the roof rack off, and it seems to handle better on trail and on road. I think that extra weight sucks. But yeah, thanks for following along. If you can, like, subscribe, comment below. Since the last video, how do I move the thing around? How do I joystick it? Face auto detect.